Hey guys, it's Cameron here with Emerson House Buyers. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that have helped me build up a sizable rental portfolio in about 2 years. And this week I want to talk to you guys about something I've heard time and time again, that managing your rental properties is difficult. Like anything, managing your rental properties is as difficult as you make it. So things can be easy. You can get stressed because there's a bunch of traffic, or you can turn on a podcast or maybe make a phone call to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while and make a trip out of it. Make some use of your time. Listen to a book on audio, something of that nature. There's people who look at problems and then see problems as opportunities. So if you're going to look at a problem just as a problem and bitch and complain, that doesn't really do any value to anybody. It just gets you stressed out. But if you look at a problem as an opportunity, or look at it and say, how can we make this better? Then you can really start creating, really easier life for yourself. And in property management, it's the exact same way. So, is property management difficult? The things that I use, I call it the 4 T's. So, technology, team, time, and tactics. Technology, team, time, tactics. So the technology piece, I mentioned this before. I use a property management software to leverage my time, and it is called Buildium, Buildium, Buildium. They allow you to make online payments. They send out automatic notices to the tenants if they're late, or let them know, hey, rent is going to be due on the 1st. They send that to them on the 25th. You can set it up however you want. You can put your individualized late fees in there. It automatically bills that to them. It shows them balance on their account. It shows them a huge list of all the transactions, how long that's been going on. They can submit maintenance requests. So when I get a maintenance request from a tenant, it goes directly to my maintenance manager. For those properties, you can select different maintenance managers. They get the email. They take care of it. They deal with the tenant. So I'm kind of eliminated from the middleman point. Right? So that allows me to leverage my time to manage several properties at the same time with very little interaction. The people, for those of you who are still going to knocking on the house to pick up rent, that might work out in the beginning, and it might need to be done for some shady tenants, but it is not leverageable. You cannot add more. When you start adding more, your time gets sucked up. So look at technology and what you can do technology-wise to leverage your time and be able to accept more and more properties. I don't accept any more paper. After this lease up here in a few months, I will not accept any more paper checks. It will only be electronic. So that's just an example. The second one is team. So just like I said with this property management software, all these requests come in and then it's dispersed to my team. So maintenance manager over here, maintenance guy over here, the leasing agent has information on there, and that allows basically me to eliminate myself, the middleman per se. So I don't have to get an email from a tenant or a phone call that says, hey, there's a leak, blah, blah, blah. They just submit it, and it goes directly to them, and they handle it. So the caveat there is I trust the email that this is going to, or that these emails with maintenance requests, I trust who it's going to. I trust my team. I've dealt with them some of them I've known for years, so I trust them. If you don't have a good team, when that email goes over to somebody, then you won't feel comfortable. You'll want to know what's going on, why they sent you a big bill, blah, blah, blah. And it makes things a lot more difficult. If you can trust your team, if you can trust those folks, then it's a much smoother process. When that email gets fired out and they send you a bill at a certain time of the month or after the work, you're not all worried that they're ripping you off. The third thing is time. So again, how much time do you have, and how much do you want the property management to take up of your life? Some people don't have a lot of time. Some people want as little time as possible. I was talking to an entrepreneur the other day who said, I don't want to quit working. I'm trying to eliminate certain aspects of the work, but I love doing what I'm doing. So how much time do you have? Do you have a full-time job and you're trying to substitute it on the nights and weekends with your properties? Do you want to quit work? Do you want to be a full-time in property management? So the time that you have involved can really answer your question on making it difficult or not. If you want to spend many hours on it and you enjoy it, some people just really love it, then time could be a good question for you on whether you want to, or how much time you have is really going to be a determining factor on whether property management is difficult. The last piece is tactics. So how do you get your tactics? Well, there are several books out there, several different resources. I mean, I would get on Bigger Pockets or get the book on managing rental properties by Brandon Turner, Landlording on Autopilot. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There are several great books written, and if you buy those from Amazon, they'll show you other titles similar to it. I mean, I can't even name all of them. There's so many out there, but I just finished reading Brandon Turner's book. Fantastic. It assimilates a lot of information, and he gives you some recommendations in that book. But the tactics that you're going to use, again, are going to determine whether it's hard or not to manage your properties. If you're not using intelligent tactics and strategies, then it's going to be, you're going to basically be spinning your wheels. So read books, educate yourself, get on Bigger Pockets, talk to local landlords, talk to the community, and know, maybe see what everybody else is doing, know what's out there, what's available to you, and then pick and choose. I mean, everything that I do is not going to fit for everybody else. But things that I do that maybe you didn't know about could help you. So tactics are an important piece. Definitely something that is going to be a continual learning process too, because there's something new every day, new technology, new rules and regulations and laws that you'll have to be careful on. So that's another tactic that could come up, that you'll have to change things. You'll have to change your tactics and strategies because there's new rules and regulations. So to summarize, we have technology, team, time, and tactics. 4 T's. That'll help you determine whether property management is difficult. If you leverage these and use them properly, property management is not that difficult, especially for most of you that are looking maybe to get 5 to 15 rentals. I would say that's probably the majority of the audience that wants to augment some income, and make it a little more enjoyable to go to work, that you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Wife can stay at home, or you can pay for more vacations every year. But for those of you that want to quit, you'll definitely need to use this even more. And these things, I sat down and thought about really hard on what has allowed me to work a full-time job and still manage about 2 dozen properties. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Those are the secrets. There is no secret. Just get out there, work, make mistakes, learn, and keep learning. That's really it. Fail, adjust your process. You learn, adjust your process, and then that process just repeats over and over. Hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. And again, always appreciate your guys' questions and look forward to it. And look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks.